Hello, future Red Hawk families. This is Mr. Leversky, the principal here at Wredling Middle School. I am looking forward to getting to know our incoming sixth graders very well and learning a lot about you guys and seeing you a couple times over the next few months. So this is really your first opportunity to learn a little bit more about Wredling, especially if you don't have an older brother or sister who's been here. This slideshow will give you a little bit of an opportunity to learn about us, to hear some of the things that we do here at Wredling. And then you're going to have some chances to come in the building to see what we do, and plenty of opportunities to walk your schedule and do those things come summer. So let's get started. So welcome to Wredling. So these are the administrators who you're going to have contact with this year. I'm this guy over here. I'm Mr. Leversky, the principal. This is how you say his name, Jimenecki, or you guys can call him Mr. Z, is our new assistant principal, replacing Mrs. Lidman, who's retiring. And then Mrs. Favero is our other assistant principal. These two guys mainly deal with academics. And then Mrs. Hickman and Mr. Swade are our two student service coordinators, or really our deans. They're the ones who deal with discipline and that sort of stuff. So if you notice there, we have this big group of people, from counselors to social workers, to school nurses, all these great people to support you. So when you are here, you'll probably have contact with some of these people in the hallway, doing all sorts of great stuff with you and for you. But we have a great staff of support here for you at Wredling. We also have counselors and social workers. Just so you know, kids all throughout the year will see counselors and social workers. Most kids do. They work with our teachers, students, and families to support. They assist with both academic and personal issues. So if you're struggling with some things at home, they help you as well. We do some small group and individual counseling. And really what they're here to do is to help you resolve personal conflicts or social conflicts, or sometimes interpersonal conflicts, things you're having trouble with. So we also provide resources to parents on things like tutoring, community services such as counseling. And then we monitor students' progress throughout their middle school career. And so our social workers work primarily with students with IEPs. So this is an important group who work with us all the time. And many of our kids see them sometimes weekly, sometimes monthly, sometimes once a year, but they are here for support. Here's what we're based on. We are a middle school, a learning community based on putting kids first. We want to make sure that all the decisions we do put you first. Collaboration and trust, so that we know that when we partner together with the student and the parents and the teacher and the admin and counselors and all the support people here at school, we can build a strong community of collaboration and trust. We want to build consistency in our school so kids know what to do here, know how to act, and that we're predictable. And then we want to make sure that we are focusing on high levels of learning for all of our students. We want each student to learn way up here as best as they can do. So you are going to see throughout our building these expectations. So we have expectations for the cafeteria and the hallway and on the bus and in the bathroom and in the classroom. All throughout our building, we have common expectations that we're going to teach you when you get here. And we spend quite a bit of time teaching these expectations and practicing these expectations because we have high expectations for all of our students here at Wredling. We have our guidelines for success, which really determines how we want students to behave, the specifics. So during our announcements every day, we talk about these. I can be responsible, respectful, be positive, be honest, be kind, and I can persevere. So these came from parents and students and staff talking about what are those skills and qualities we want students to have to be successful. And this is them. And we're going to focus on them pretty heavily throughout the year. So some things for parents to understand: we expect that there are going to be mistakes and there's going to be some consequences. So that's a natural part of growing up that we feel good with. It's very normal. You have them in your house. We have them at school. When kids get older, they have them when they're driving a car, all sorts of things. So some things adolescents may bring, some changes in behavior. So where you may not have had a student lie before, a student may lie. They may challenge authority or have some increase or some drop in grades. You may see some drama, especially social media, that you haven't seen before. You may see some lying to cover one's actions, as I explained, attempts to impress friends, and you may see some drug, alcohol, or vaping use. Typically, we don't see very many kids do that, but we tend to see it in 8th grade. Some consequences may include lunch or after school detentions. We give them both, sometimes before school, but typically lunch or after school. In building or out of school suspensions, those are a big deal. We don't like to give suspensions at all, and we try to keep most of our kids, we keep 98% of our kids who have some issues in school. We'd rather have them in school where we can. Loss of privileges or referral to the St. Charles Police Department, which is very, very rare, but it happens occasionally. So the middle school day, what does it look like? Well, it's a day filled with all sorts of different things, and we're going to talk about that. So we have 4 teams in sixth grade: 6-1, 6-2, 6-3, and 6-4. They have a team leader, someone who you and your parents can keep in touch with if you have questions or concerns. You have 4 core area teachers: a math, a science, a social studies, and a language arts. There's typically a special ed teacher on the team and some support from a grade level counselor. There's about 100 to 115 students per team. That's not a solid number. That's a flexible number. And then there is no tracking or leveling, no significance in the team number. Every year they get mixed up. Every year we move them around. We have a wide variety of kids on all of our teams. So this is what a schedule may look like. So you can see here period 1, 2, 3, and then T lunch, we'll explain in a second: science, language arts, PLTW, which is the Explore class, and PE. So right here, the student starts in social studies, goes to math in room 214, goes to band downstairs. Then we have something called T/lunch or lunch/T. That's a tutorial period. It's a mix of social emotional learning, homeroom, and study hall. So we do a bunch of things in there, but it's kind of a little bit of a down period, and intended to be that because kids have a very busy day. So they have about 25 minutes or so for tutorial, and then they go to lunch, or some kids go to lunch, then tutorial. Then they go to science, and again, this, just so you know, this is just a practice schedule. Every kid's schedule looks different, but they may go to science, language arts, and Explore class, and then on to PE. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have an 8-period day here at Wredling. So just so you know, we do count tutorial lunch as a period, 1 period. So our middle school courses, we have our ELA class, literacy, math, science, and social studies. You get 2 Explore classes, which may be band, orchestra, choir. It may be in our wheel. There's a bunch of different classes, or some kids may take a world language like Spanish, French, or German. And then again, I explained lunch and tutorial. And some kids may have intervention. So what is intervention? It's when kids need a little extra work with writing, reading, or math. They may need a little extra support with those 3 things. So writing, reading, and math, kids will go to an intervention for. Some parents say, does my kid really need it? They've had good grades. Well, when we look at assessments and other things, kids may need an extra little boost to get them boosted up. So staying in those interventions, while sometimes people may not love it, they are a great thing to do, and they boost kids up. So our 6th grade Explore program looks a little bit like this. There are some kids who are going to sign up for our Exploring College and Career Pathways. That's a year-long program. But most kids are going to take that or an Explore or world language. But most of our kids will take this. They'll take hospitality and design in these pathways. These are the classes they'll take. So inside hospitality and design, they'll take service learning. Inside STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, they'll take PLTW, which is called Project Lead the Way, Innovators and Makers. Visual and performing arts, they'll take art and general music. And then in our plus classes, these are the intervention classes again. So we have a variety of interventions from reading plus, math plus. We're going to do a writing plus, which is called ELA. Some kids will have an instructional reading course if they have that on their IEP. And then TREC may be a one for kids who need a little social emotional support or executive functioning support. So our wellness classes, which are PE and health, you have those all year long. All kids take them. There's 6 weeks of health per year, which includes some drug interactions, some social interactions, growth and development. They talk about the endocrine system. We talk about Aaron's Law, abstinence, education, and nutrition. So that happens for 6 weeks. And then in PE, you do everything from playing some fun games like Gaga Ball and badminton and soccer and football, all the way to being in our fitness center and doing some fitness courses. We have a bunch of, as I explained, a bunch of performance music electives like band, orchestra, and choir. They meet during the school day, and kids may be in two of those. So they may be in band and orchestra, or band and choir, or choir and orchestra, and choir and band, or orchestra and band, and orchestra and choir. So lots of big choices there. Those groups all have some performing events. So they perform in the fall, winter, and spring, and then they have a solo and ensemble contest, and typically do some community events as well. Our performance music extracurricular opportunities, we have a bunch. So music is very big at Redling. So band has, you can see what they have there: honors band, jazz ensemble. Orchestra has an honors orchestra and pops. Choir has, let me move me, some choir, hawk chorus for boys, and treble ensemble for girls. And I got to tell you, our music program is absolutely amazing. The ones with asterisks are by audition only. So getting involved, there is so much here to do at Redling. It is just amazing at the variety of things that kids do here at school, both during the day and after the day. Everything from working on a play or musical, working with students in our RISE classroom, our life skills program, being in an ensemble for band or orchestra, helping maintain and build our little pond out back. We have one right behind the library. Maybe being in our cheer program, volleyball, not softball, volleyball, basketball, all those sorts of things. So you can see, look at all the different clubs we have, from catering club, which works on cooking, to art club, to Legos, to yearbook, to music, Dungeons and Dragons. I mean, there's so much to do here at Redling. We really want to keep you involved. So we really encourage you to get involved. Sports, sixth graders are only allowed to participate in cross-country wrestling and cheerleading. But come seventh and eighth grade, kids can join football, volleyball, boys and girls basketball, and then track and field for seventh and eighth grade students. We do have some health requirements. Parents, you can see all there. Those are our normal health requirements. We will fill you in and make sure you know about those things well in advance, but look for email coming for those. We have an amazing PTO here at Redling. Mrs. Stone, Megan Stone, has done an amazing job of leading our PTO and doing some great things for our students and our staff here at Redling. And we're going to come back to you later with a lot more information and some ways for you to get involved, parents. It's every Redling parent, guardian, and teacher. They partner with administration and parents to assist with a wide variety of things. Typically the first week of every month at about 7 p.m. Monthly meetings either at WMS. Typically they've been virtual right now. They're to bring fun, bridge the gap, and support special projects here at Redling. So our PTO does an amazing amount of things. We ask that every family pay $20 PTO dues. Support our one annual fundraiser, and then several passive fundraiser, like going to Panda Express for dinner one night. So simple things like that. Transition opportunities, you can see here that we have some big transition opportunities that are coming. We have our material pickup days. So Tuesday, August 1st from 8:30 to 12 and 2 to 7, or Wednesday, August 2nd from 2 to 7. This is where kids get their locker assignments. They walk their schedule. They pick up their locks, heart rate monitor straps, calculators. And those things are free for our kiddos. And picture our IDs and their school photos will be taken during material pickup. So come dressed a little nice. But kids can really spend some time in the building and walk their schedule. Anytime after Tuesday, August 1st, we allow kids in the building to come walk their schedule. They typically need to be with a parent or guardian and an older sibling, but we allow them in as long as they're very well behaved. They can come in anytime to walk their schedule, because we know that can be a nervous thing for a lot of kids. And then we have an optional sixth grade web student only orientation. Web stands for Where Everyone Belongs. And our goal is to help kids feel they belong. And it's Wednesday, August 9th. And don't worry about writing these dates down, parents. We're going to send them to you very shortly. On our website, redling.d303.org, you can sign up for our daily newsletter and those sort of things. You'll get our daily announcements and our Friday forecast. Really, we're looking forward to meeting every one of you, to having you learn about Wredling Middle School, and us learning about you guys, about your family, about who you are, and the many ways we can support each other. Really, it's a partnership at Wredling between the student, the family, and our staff here at Wredling. We are here to do good work together for kids, but we need everyone involved to do those great things. So we're looking forward to meeting you, our admin team throughout the year, and we're going to be sending you plenty of emails and other things so that you are up to date on when things are happening. If you have any questions, you can email me at tim.leversky@d303.org, but you'll have plenty of opportunities to gain a lot of information. Have a great day.